welcome to the Pizza and Wings podcast. I'm Chase, aka Darth Vader.
It's your boy Billie, dressed as Josh Allen.
This is Dog Fury, gonna take you to Flavor Town.
This is Dylan, aka Mr. Sir Elton John, actually.
What's up, guys? Cole here. I am Cole of Troy.
I'm Jake, Jake Kenobi.
All right, so Dylan, I understand that you got some news.
As a matter of fact, Chase, I do. So we had a nice week for the Pizza and Wings boys. We are now officially available on all podcast streaming sites, including Apple, Spotify, anywhere you can get podcasts. If you don't like listening to it on YouTube like we've been doing or anything like that, if you are listening to it on Apple or wherever else, as you heard by our intro, this is going to be a Halloween episode, and we're dressed up as some kooky little costumes, so you'll be able to see those on YouTube Shorts. Our TikTok's pretty popular here last few days, so if you want to check that out, that's pretty cool. You may also tell we heard some feedback from a few people on some audio issues, and I think we might have took care of that this week. You may hear a little different in our voices, but hopefully y'all will enjoy that. But this being, as I mentioned, the Halloween episode, some great stuff coming up here. So we're going to tell some ghost stories. They're not actually stories. They're real-life events that's happened to us. And there's no BS here. This is stuff that's happened to us or family members. I even have a picture that we might can show a little bit later, too. But we're going to start off with Cole. And he has a really good story to tell you guys. So, Cole, how's it going?
It's going pretty good here. This story I have happened back in high school, and it freaks me out. I can retell it 50 times, and I'll still get goosebumps, and creeps me out. I believe in ghosts. I believe in demons, all that kind of stuff. You can, if however you want to call it. And this was something I seen, but I'll get into it. It was high school, and my friend lived up the street from me, asked me to let his dogs out while I was on vacation. So I agreed. We were really good friends with the family. I was over his house a couple times. And so he goes away, calls me, says, hey, it's about the time you should go over there. I'm like, okay, find the key, I get in the house.
So there's no one at the house, it's just you?
No one's at the house. It's just the dog and me. So the dog's home alone. I go over there, I get in. It's like an older house, nothing too creepy about it. But, so I go in, I let the dog out, I'm just sitting there on the couch, just hanging out, I have the TV on, dog's outside, it's barking, doing its thing. And I get the feeling like in the house, there's a living room, a middle room, a kitchen. Kitchen has a big archway. As you're sitting on the couch in the living room, you can see into the kitchen. If you looked to your side, if you gave it a little side eye, you can look through the house into the kitchen. You can see the fridge and the sink area. So I'm sitting there, I have TV on. I think it's back in the day, like Pit My Ride might have been on. That's how old we are. So we're sitting there. I'm like, I might have said high school. Might have been middle school, maybe 8th grade, going into 9th grade or something. So good over, 15, 16 years ago. So I'm sitting there watching TV, like I said, and you just get like this feeling like someone's looking at you through a window, so I keep looking to the right, and there's nothing there. Dog's just outside. I still hear it barking. And as I'm sitting there, I kind of give it like the side eye to look into the kitchen area, and I seen, like, if you're looking at someone through a screen door, this is the best way I can describe it. If, say, you're standing on the sidewalk and you're looking into someone's house and they're looking at you through their screen door, you can see them, but they're kind of like pixelated in a way.
Yeah, they're like fuzzy or something. Kinda.
Yeah, kind of fuzziness to them. And I'm sitting there, I look over, I see this person. It looked like a straight up looked like maybe like 6 foot, like leaned against the archway, looking into the living room at me. And I kind of looked over, looked quick, looked back, looked over, it was still standing there. And this person, what I could remember, was seeing like the black and red kind of flannel shirt. That was it wasn't too colorful, but you can see like a little tint of red and the black, and just standing there. And I look over, I say, "Hey, hello?" And as I look back to the TV and look back, it's crystal clear again. I could see the fridge, I could see the sink. That wasn't there anymore. And now there's no glare, there's no window behind me or anything going into the kitchen. The lights were on. It was probably about morning time, maybe afternoon. And so I go to the house. I mean, my hair's standing up, and I'm scared in the house. I don't know what I just seen. No one should have been home. I go into the kitchen. I turn the corner, and this house was a half a double house turned into one. So when you go through the kitchen, it goes into the other half of the house, and no one lived over there. It was just empty. And I'm already freaking myself out about seeing someone over there someone could have been home that went over there. I didn't even go over to that side of the house. I didn't even want to get near that.
Understandable.
So, yeah. No one
So are
wants to
you
go over there.
thinking? So at like this point, are you thinking this is just a person like in the house that's not just like chilling?
Yeah, I thought it could have been a family member, someone who was else there, maybe letting the dog out. I don't know if he trusted me to go do it. Because I legit felt like I seen someone standing there, and when I looked back and they were gone, I'm like, something was there, because now I don't see anything going into the kitchen.
Now, did the dog start acting different? Because they say dogs and animals are more sensitive to that stuff.
It could have been. It was out, like I said, the dog was outside. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was still out there, just maybe trying to get back in the house because it was out there for maybe 20 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
And that's what he told me to do. He said, let the dog out. It was a big fenced-in yard. Just let it out there and do its thing. And yeah, put some food in the bowl. And I was, okay, I did it. So I'm in the kitchen, and I'm looking to the other side of the house, thinking to myself, do I go over there? Do I go see? So I'm yelling, like, hey, anybody here? Hello? My friend's name was Ed, so I was like, hey, Ed, are you there? Nothing. Even though I knew he wasn't there, I was still just calling out anything. Then I was scared myself, thinking, if I heard something back, do I go over there? What do I do? Do I leave? And so I let the dog in.
Well, naturally, you investigate, right?
As
I don't know. I think the natural instinct would be to flee.
Yeah, because you got to think, I don't know how old I was. Like I said, 8th grade. I don't know how old we are. Maybe 14, 15. So I'm a little younger. And I'm a bigger guy, so I don't think I would have lost a fight to a ghost if it was a ghost. But I let the dog in, and I even left the TV on. Like, I let the dog in, and I got out of the house because I didn't want... I was scared for the dog if someone was in the house, if they were going to hurt the dog or anything. But I was freaking myself out that I let the dog in, left the house, left the lights on. I believe I left the TV on, so that dog was watching Pit My Ride. So
The dog's just watching. I can see it.
Yeah, so I leave and I go home and I'm sitting there like playing back in my head, like, what did I just see? Did I see someone? Was someone there? What was that? So I give my friend a call. I said, hey, I let your dog out. I let it back in the house. I don't feel comfortable doing it anymore. I don't want to go over there. I don't want to be alone. And he's like, okay, it's fine. We're coming back tomorrow. Dog should be okay. He comes back. I go over to the house a couple days later. He's like, why didn't you want to come let the dog out anymore? And I was like, well, I came here and I was by myself, and I was like, it was kind of creepy that I saw someone like standing in the archway to your kitchen. He's like, yeah, no one's here. Like, everyone was on the vacation. No one had a key to the house. No one's over there. He took me to the other side of the house. We were just going through it. It was kind of like boarded up stuff. It was like kind of getting redone to be a normal house. So if anyone went over there, they're going into nothing. There's nothing in the house. There's no couches, nothing. It's just, plywood and empty like stuff for the house. So I'm like, okay, no one would have went over here to live. There's nothing to live in there. So he's like, I said to him, like, yeah. And he goes, hey, what did this person look like? And I said it was a bigger kind of like shadow kind of thing. Big thing you can kind of see, like I said, with the screen door, look kind of fuzzy. I was like, it's a bigger thing. And I seen red and black, like on like a shirt. And he's like, okay. He's like, well, what you did, he's like, my dad passed away probably about 5 years before we met each other in school. And there was a known thing that his dad died of, I believe, was cancer. And he said, what you did is you've most likely ran into my dad. And I was like, what do you mean? And he shows me a picture of the family on like a vacation, and his dad is wearing the red and black flannel shirt. And
In the
like,
picture.
In the picture. And I was like, that's
fucking wild.
I said, that is the exact kind of person. When I remember like a bigger person, kind of like a beardy face, glasses, the flannel shirt. I said, this is what I saw in the kitchen. And he's like, yeah. he's like, my dad, as he passed away, like for the past couple years, he's like, we've been seeing kind of shadows, and you can like hear him like coughing in the middle of like it's just creepy
Just
things
coughing.
going on. And he said you can hear
That's
things
creepy.
that's happening downstairs in the kitchen, living room area. And he's like, but we're not scared of it because we know it's him. And to this day, like I'm like right now, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about what I've seen, and like I've seen and spoke to his dead dad, which is very creepy, very scary thing to think about. And
Well, you got to
after
meet his
that,
dad. That's
yeah,
creepy.
well, I yelled at
Man,
him asking
away.
who he was. And yeah, he said that he's seen him a couple times. Like he'll see the same kind of thing. So like I wasn't going crazy. That they said that the story adds up. They see the same things. I believed them, and I never let his dogs out after that. I never went over the house when no one was home. Whenever he was home, I was there to hang out and didn't want to be alone anymore. And that's something I could say. Like I believe in ghosts because I've never seen pictures of his dad or anything. I just knew his dad wasn't around.
Did
And when
that get you to believe in ghosts, or did you believe in ghosts before that?
That was a moment that like almost confirmed it. Because I think I always believed in ghosts as a kid growing up, like with hearing ghost stories and watching ghost movies, and like I thought they were real, but I never had proof of anything, and I always thought those shows were all fake, and I was like a see it to believe it kind of guy, and like that was the moment where when I seen that, just the fact that I remember seeing a flannel shirt, and he shows me the picture of him in a flannel shirt, and I've never seen his dad before. It was kind of like confirmation of like this kind of stuff exists, it's real. And not all of it's evil, because I didn't feel like I was going to be killed or anything, but it's definitely scary.
Yeah, for sure. And the fact that he's wearing the same shirt as the picture just gets me. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, never let those dogs out again.
No, absolutely not. All right. Well, that was an awesome story, Cole.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it gets freaks me out every time I retell it. I could just sit here and I'm like I said, I'm
Feel
getting
it.
goosebumps. My hair standing up, just thinking I'm going to look over to my left and see
Because
someone
you're
standing.
basically
here.
just reliving it every time you talk about it. Yeah.
Yep. But I know Dylan. I know you went kind of like ghost investigating.
Oh yeah, dude. So like kind of like you were talking, like growing up I used to love watching like the ghost shows, like Taps or whatever it was called. I don't
Taps
know.
was really good.
God, yeah. I like them because they try to debunk everything, so like when they did catch something it was like you felt like it was pretty legit.
Yeah, real moment.
Yeah, but speaking of them in particular, they had an episode when I was a kid where they went to the St. Augustine lighthouse in Florida, which great town to visit if you've never been there. It's the oldest town in America. Little history lesson.
Okay.
But I was always fascinated with them because they caught this like shadow figure guy looking over the rails in the lighthouse, looking down at them. They had like motion sensors, a whole like you'd have to go watch the old episode.
Yeah, thermals and
Oh,
everything.
I remember watching that episode, and that freaked me out when they look
Yeah,
up the
freaks you
stairs
out.
and you see the thing peek around over the top at them. Oh man, I remember that.
And then they chase it up the lighthouse with the motion sensors, and it doesn't set them off, and there's no one there. So they're always stuck with me. And so like when we go vacation, this would have been this is probably 7-8 years ago now, maybe I don't remember. Probably like 2016 or something. I had an opportunity. They offer a ghost tour kind of thing. You can do like a private ghost tour thing or whatever. Well, this one they offer a private one. Obviously, it costs a lot more, but I just went on like I don't know, just like there was like multiple people there, not just me or my family.
Basically.
Yeah, and I really wanted to do the lighthouse thing, but they mentioned like if people make a bunch of noise and stuff, that you don't really see much, and which when you're with like 30-40 people, especially kids, everybody's trying to scare each other and whatever, but they give you a tour and then they give you a couple hours to just go off by yourself or whatever. So they're giving us the tour of the place, and I actually just break off early and by myself. Like I leave my dad's there, one of my kids is there, my mom. I just leave them and I just leave the tour and go off by myself because I was tired of everybody just like joking around and stuff.
That's something you just have to do. You have to go by
Yeah,
yourself.
so like they're all at the lighthouse or whatever. They have a huge like lightkeeper house, and it's across like the courtyard or whatever. I go over there, and they have like this room upstairs, which I found out from the tour that was the like the old living quarters, like bedroom and stuff. And they mentioned to us that the old lightkeeper died from like tuberculosis in that room, like that was his bedroom or whatever. And so I went to that room, being a weirdo by myself, and sat in the dark and took some pictures and stuff. Just snap picture. I didn't see anything. I didn't really experience. We had a little bit of like a cold spot kind of thing. Me and my dad did earlier, but nothing happened. I took some pictures of stuff, and they had the room kind of messed up because during the day they were doing like a summer camp. So like it was like a museum in the day too. They had kind of all the stuff pushed in the back corner, right? So that was the corner's blocked off. You can't get in there. All the stuff's just piled in the corner for the big tables for the kids and stuff. So I have a couple pictures. I take these pictures, whatever. I don't see anything, don't notice anything. We go home. I'm at the hotel later. And I was like, man, I want to delete. I took a bunch of pictures. I was going to delete some, while looking at them. And sure enough, I'm going through one. And dude, it like immediately, I'm like, yo, like, what's that? And I zoom in on it, dude, and it's like you were talking about, Cole, like the hair stood up on your neck. And I'm like, no freaking way. And if I get Jake to, I want to have that picture because I still have it. I'll put it up on the YouTube and whatnot, TikToks or whatever, so you can see it. But sure enough, man, it looks, and it always strikes me as like you can plain as day see an old man standing in that corner where you can't access, with like he looks like he's wearing an old timey suit, maybe a hat and like a cane, and he is just, it's almost like he's posing for the picture, like if you see it, it's crazy that I got that on camera, like I have a picture of it. It's pretty wild. And I'm like, I want to go back. If I ever get to like go back to vacation Florida, I'm gonna go again. And I'm probably gonna splurge for the private one, and I'm gonna really do like maybe we do a pizza and wings exploration of the St. Augustine Lighthouse. But that's just one of the stories I have. I thought it was pretty cool.
So you said he showed you a picture.
Do what?
Like did you say like you saw him, or he's also in a picture? Or
no, I took a picture of him. You
took a picture of him.
It sounds like it's like a dark room. You can't see anything. He's just taking pictures, and like when
because I was wondering if it was one of those pictures where like like it's a group of people, and then like in between people's heads you can kind of see like a faint ghost thing.
See, that's what's crazy. I had broke off by myself. I'm the only one in the room. Like no one's even in that building at the time. Yeah, I left the tour like illegally or whatever. I don't know.
No, not illegally.
I thought there was someone else with you.
You know what I mean. Like I broke off and broke the rules or whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, you did your own thing.
I did my thing. So one of the techniques for like ghost hunting and shit, you just snap a bunch of pictures, and they always tell you to take two in the same spot, just in case you do catch some. And of course, I didn't do that. So I have one from a little bit to the left, and then I come to the right, and then and none of those pictures had anything except the one picture did. And so I have it. Like I said, I'll have Jake put it up on here, or I'll put it up on here, or whatever. So. And that's not even the craziest ghost story I have. That's just really cool that I have it on. And
it's a really famous haunted place. I mean,
and it's one of the most haunted places. Yeah,
that's really a cool place to go to.
And not many people can say they actually, had an experience or captured that. But you have the proof. You were there. You caught it on camera.
You said St. Augustine, right?
Yes, sir. I know you're a Florida boy.
I've been there, and I went into the fort that's over there. That's from like what?
Late 1500s.
Yeah, I think I've been that thing is creepy. I didn't experience anything when I went there, but that whole area, the whole town is old and creepy.
Well, that's what I was saying. It is literally the oldest town in America, like established 1500s or whatever when we got over here. So the fort's super old. Now the lighthouse is there is not the original one because I think a hurricane knocked it down and they rebuilt it in like 1800s or something.
But still in the same spot, right?
Yeah, same spot. I think it's like on a different like little piece of the island or whatever, like that piece of chunk of land it's on or whatever.
Yeah.
They even still, it's a 200+ year old lighthouse.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then I don't know how old the house. I don't remember if the house is original or if it was built the same time the lighthouse was. I know I know they had like when they were building stuff. I know some little girls got killed. Like some of the Yeah, so like by like mining carts they were moving stuff with. And when I was telling you earlier, like me and my dad had something where they joke about like the little girls will like untie your shoes and like tie your shoes together, and my dad's shoes were all like tied together and like not tied together, but like all messed up from what he normally ties. And he's pretty OCD about it. And like we were sitting there during the tour, and me and him are the only people that noticed. But there was like a big cold spot in that same room I went back to. So like we had that we share together, which is kind of cool. And then I had the picture that I took by myself, but it was a great experience.
It sounds like it. You definitely got your money's worth on it, though.
Oh, for sure.
It sounds like it.
I want to hear that second story. You said that wasn't even the best. I want to hear the best one that you got pulled up your sleeve.
Yeah. So that was just kind of cool. This one isn't like kind of like Cole's, but like so
same but different.
Same but different. Yeah. So like
Hey, yo, movie reference.
same. It's like a circle. But so like I said, I liked ghost stuff growing up. Never had an experience really. I mean, I had some weird stuff happen as kids, but you can't say that was a ghost or nothing. But never had anything. The furthest thing from my mind, like how do you know as a kid? But like furthest thing from my mind was seeing a ghost, right?
Right.
And this would have took place maybe 12, 13 years ago, right? I'm in first year I've moved out of my parents' house. I'm living with my girlfriend, who is my wife now, Kate. Everybody knows Kate.
Yeah.
So we have this apartment. Like we live there. Second story. I'm at home by myself. It's probably like 9 p.m. It's not too late. Nothing crazy. She's at work. She was like, I forget what she did, like a cashier or something. And she didn't get off till maybe 11 o'clock, whatever it was. But I'm in the bedroom. TV's like I'm laying in my bed. The bed's up against the wall, and the door would be like towards the end of the bed, like the very end of it. And then the TV's over, kind of off to the left. It's on that wall over there. Okay. And like Cole, like you had Pin My Ride on. I think I had Dirty Jobs on back then. So
Micro.
Micro. I'm watching Dirty Jobs, and I don't remember what episode, but I specifically remember it being Micro. My door is closed to my bedroom. Okay. I don't think it's locked, but it is closed. And sitting there, just watching Dirty Jobs, just chilling, and I hear the doorknob like jiggle, like somebody's coming in. So obviously it gets my attention. Okay. And the door opens and swings open, and I can see like over half of a person, like a full person. I don't, just a person. Looked like a woman. It struck me as a woman. I took it as a woman. I didn't freak out. I thought it was Caitlin. So she backs up. I can't see her no more. I'm just looking through the doorway, and you could see into the kitchen. It's all pitch black out there. So obviously I call out to her. I'm like, hey, Kate. She doesn't answer. I call her name once or twice more. No answers. So that kind of makes me mad. So I was like, what the hell is your problem? So I get up.
And, why are you not talking to me? Like...
Yeah, why are you freaking ignoring me? And I go out there, and I'm like, yo, Kate, what the hell? And all the lights are off. All the doors are open. The bathroom, the other bedroom. Nothing, right? I'm on the second floor now. There is a sliding glass door to like a balcony. And then the front door is locked, obviously. So, still not freaking out at this point. I'm like, okay, maybe she went back to the car. That's a logical thing. The car's not in the parking lot when I look out the window. Okay. So maybe she come back real quick, left, right? So I call her. She picks up. I'm like, hey, did you come in the apartment for a little bit or something? And she's like, no, I'm still at work. I don't get off for another 2 hours or whatever.
And that's
just
like serious.
I'm like, all right. She's like, why? I was like, no reason at all. Just miss you, I'll see you later. So then it's like, holy fuck, it's like I'm turning all the lights on, fucking hair standing up, because like the sliding glass door on the second floor is locked, the front door is locked, all other doors are open in the apartment, and there's a woman running around in there, and I don't know where. I've checked everything. So it was almost like I don't know. What do you do at that point? You know, you fucking leave, or do you? I just went back in there and like barricaded the door almost. You know.
Yeah, I was just saying you gotta.
Like I locked it.
It's your apartment. You can't just. What are you gonna do? Never go stay there? You know.
Yeah. Get out of my lease. Like,
yeah,
tell me it's fucking haunted.
Now, did you ever tell Kate the story?
Oh yeah, she knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, she knows for sure. But like, I mean, that's a full blown person. Like, I don't have any. I mean, it was there was someone there, and I don't have any explanation for it. Like I said, I've tried to debunk it. Like maybe I was half asleep, but I wasn't. I know I wasn't. I was watching. I wasn't even tired. You know. I'm on the second floor. Unless there was a crackhead in there that somehow jumped off the balcony and locked the door behind him, you know, maybe. Okay. Yeah, our apartment was the very end of that building, and there's woods right next to it. I'm the very last apartment that side, up against the woods, top floor. There's only 2 floors. It was apartment 210. I remember. I will never forget. Like I don't know. I have nothing. And it being an apartment, you know, we would hear things, like the cabinets would rattle sometimes, but it's an apartment, so I just assumed like you'd hear water running and neighbors on the other side. Yeah, so I always assumed it was just apartment sounds, you know.
Yeah.
And maybe it was, or maybe old chick was opening up the cabinets on us. I don't know, but.
Checking for some graham crackers or something on there.
Yeah.
And even if they broke in and they open the door and see you sitting there and they leave, you're going to hear them either running down the hall to leave and open the door. They're not going to lock the doors behind them, make sure everything's quiet and tucked away. Yeah. Like, if they open the door and see you and you've seen that and start yelling, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so, like, the front door would have been towards the kitchen, right? And no one went that way. They went down the hallway where there's no exit.
Right.
So... That's what I said.
Yeah, and it's a different kind of presence too. It's not like an actual person's presence. Way different than the feeling you got.
Right, but that was the weird thing about it too. It was like it didn't freak me out at all until I found out that it wasn't.
It's gonna scare you after the fact, because you're thinking it's Caitlin the whole time.
I assumed it was her the entire time, because why else would I assume anything else?
Right.
You know.
Well, yeah, who else is coming to your apartment late at night, you know, like...
Exactly.
Unannounced.
Yeah.
And like I said, it struck me as a woman, too, so, like, from what I could see, like, blonde hair, which Kate has blonde hair, you know, I don't know about clothes, per se, because I was looking at, like, its face, but...
It'd be even freakier if you heard, like, laughter or something. Like,
oh, God, I hope not.
I would have been...
little kids' laughter always is so
I would have been out of there, like...
A little kid's laugh is always great until you hear it at 1 a.m. by yourself.
Yeah, in the dark, and nobody else is home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very, very wild experience. And if I ever didn't, and I was always like ghosts before, if I needed a confirmation, that was it, right? You know, and wouldn't ever thought I'd have got to see one. Although I've always wanted to. That was the furthest thing from my mind at that time. I was trying to figure out what kind of shenanigans Mike Rowe was getting into, you know.
Yeah, because he's always getting into tight spaces, getting dirty.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, somebody's got to do the job.
Your ghost story ruins your Dirty Jobs episode, and mine, I don't get to see them put a PS2 in the back of a minivan.
Yeah, see? With like a fish tank
PS2.
Like, Pimp My Ride was so... It was good for the time period, but looking back, so bad, dude. Yeah, I've heard so many horror stories.
You got to have like monitors and everything in Pimp My Ride. Even on your mud she had monitors.
Oh yeah, then you hear the stories about how when they got the cars back, they didn't even get to keep any of that stuff. It's like a big inside kind of show kind of thing. But back then it was cool.
Empty spaces where TVs used to be, and you got a fish tank with no water and no fish in it.
And then they didn't even fix their cars. It was it's like breaking down on the way home. Yeah.
Well, wasn't there like after the fact? Didn't somebody come out and make a statement that he drove the car down the block and it caught on fire? Like after he picked it back up or something like that?
Yeah. Well, they only need that like 5-second shot of them leaving, and whatever happens after that, they really care. So.
Well, yeah, technically it's off their lot, so you know.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no warranty.
You know what's wild too about that? It's like they try to come up with a theme, and it's like, oh, you went surfing when you were 12 one time? We're putting a freaking surfboard rack on top of this thing. And you're like, all right, yeah.
I just wanted a car to take me to work.
Yeah, can you just like fix the motor so it doesn't break down every 3 days?
Yeah, like I've been walking to work for the last 2 months, and yeah.
That's great and all, but there's a pizza oven in the back seat. What?
You got a brand new sound system.
Oh.
With
Replace the
monitors
battery.
inside the sound system.
Your battery's gonna be dead like constantly, but it's all good.
You have a monitor inside your monitor.
Inside a fish tank.
Inside of another monitor.
Let's not forget that sound system's like a 2004 Toshiba that's gonna be outdated in 10 years.
I mean, technology is always advancing.
And it's in the fish tank.
Right?
Could have been
In
a
the
ghost
fish
fish
tank.
tank.
Could have been a ghost fish.
Because of course we need a fish tank in the backseat.
Speaking of ghost fish, Chase, do you have a story for us?
Yeah,
so
I think I heard somebody else had a story here.
So this story was from my dad. My dad experienced this when he was a kid. So my dad said he was around like 8 years old, so this would have been like early 70s, you know? And he said that, like, you know, he was asleep, and in the middle of the night he woke up, and floating above him was his grandmother.
Oh God!
Like his grandma's
looking down at him, screaming. Like it's one of one of those terrifying like screeching screams, you know, like a demon. Scream, you know,
I'm assuming your great grandmother's dead, correct?
So it ties into this story.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I don't want to ruin the story.
Spoiler alert.
So
Sorry, buddy.
Of course, then my dad starts screaming, and then his parents, my grandparents, go to his room. When they turn on the light, his grandmother's gone, right? And
of course, yeah.
And you know, my dad went to my parents or his parents' room, slept in their room for that night, and in the morning, my grandfather, so my dad's dad, got a phone call from the hospital saying that my dad's grandmother died that night.
This is all the same night.
That night.
Ah, that's so fucking weird, man.
Wild. Absolutely wild.
I don't know about you. I'd be screaming too if I see my grandmother.
Yeah, like my dad
floating above me.
Like my dad, he probably told me this story again this past year, and he still gets goosebumps telling that story.
Yeah, dude, that's even okay. So like that's just weird anyway. So you could do two routes. Like say it was like her spirit or something like after she passed away, and like he saw that, or he had like some sort of, what do they call those, prophetic dreams?
It's like
or something. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like how do you explain that, right?
Yeah,
like,
it's
and I mean, imagine him trying to explain that. Like that's hard to explain, because you had that the whole scenario. It was you, and it actually happened and whatnot. So.
Yeah,
well, I mean,
crazy.
he didn't know his grandma was was even close to dying, right? Like,
so I mean, he probably knew like she was in the hospital, but like, it can't be just a coincidence that the fact that the night he sees that is also the same night that she ends up dying,
right?
Like,
yeah, no.
What?
What?
You okay, Billy?
I'm sorry. I kind of spaced out. I heard that. I'm sorry. That just kind of freaked me out.
You're freaking me out. Right? You're freaking me out.
Billy, is there someone there with you? You want to?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Do you need to talk?
Actually, I did not. I know there's a little off track, but I actually think the owner of the first owner of this house actually died inside this house, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
the one that I live in. So
that's not off topic,
Well, I mean, it's not.
Billy.
Yeah, Ghost Hunting Billy's.
Yeah, Ghost Hunting Billy.
You own one of those EMF readers? You could see where he is.
Yeah, like my mom's house used to be a hospital back in the day, and a ton of people died.
God.
Yeah.
There's
got to be something going on over there.
I'm selling that house immediately.
Yeah, my old house before I moved, my grandmother passed away inside the house, and there was always some weird stuff going on. But never scary stuff because we were all knowing it was her, so it was like a good thing to have her still around in a way.
And me and Cole being in the same town here, are you out? I don't know if you did research about the town, Cole. Up where the new monastery is, up on that mountain, it used to be an old tuberculosis hospital.
Oh, you know that's a big
Yeah, and that's just right up the road from me and Cole, and there like thousands of people died there.
No kidding. I know we have in our town. It's called the Weatherly Cemetery. A lot of people know about it around here, and it's pretty haunted. And we actually made Snoop actually lay on a grave there one time.
Yeah, here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah. So
no disrespect to the dead, but we thought it was a little prank.
Just kooky kids, Yeah.
Whatever. And that cemetery, like Cole said, it's a lot of people around here know it, and it's one of the oldest cemeteries around in PA.
Yeah, I think the story with that cemetery is when you go there at night and you're driving down the road near the cemetery and you pull off and you shut your car off or anything, they say a ghost hearse chases you off that road. And there are people I think my mom said when she was a kid, they did all that and it was creepy. And there's other stories about a ghost car chasing them off the road with the cemetery, and there's a hanging tree there that people were hung, and it's an old cemetery. There's really creepy stuff, and the story, and kids now they go there taking pictures, investigating, and I think some ghost paranormal teams went there and looked at stuff, and it's pretty creepy right off the side of a road, and it's the middle of the woods. And I never did the thing where you shut your car off, because if I'm getting chased by a ghost hearse, I'm just gonna let it catch me and see what happens.
Is it?
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is that next time we're all together, we're gonna go to a cemetery and see some ghosts. Is what I'm getting from
I mean,
great chance.
We can next time we go to our meetups, for the race or whatever. We could definitely find a haunted place in Charlotte or wherever we decide.
If Charlotte's the confirmed spot, we got to find the oldest cemetery in Charlotte.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
And we're hoping to get an episode at Gettysburg one of these days. We're gonna.
Definitely.
Me and Snoop, we live pretty close to Gettysburg, and that's very famous for ghost stuff. And we want to get up there and try to ask a hotel if we could stay in the basement or something overnight and get some stuff.
In the basement.
Yeah, we were actually talking about this week. When Cole was visiting, he was sending me Snapchats and stuff. I was like, "Yo, hit up the hotel owner. We'll film a live Halloween episode of the Pizza and Wings podcast in the haunted basement, live. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Bro, that would be legendary. That place is just so historic and creepy and filled with everything. I mean, hell, Cole sent me a video, and you can literally just see soldiers just walking across the field.
Yeah,
one by one.
That's a pretty famous video.
For 3 minutes. It's holy shit. That's
an old video too.
Scary.
That's early 2000s maybe. It's very old. Yeah.
Even still though,
it's a very famous haunted place, and I believe it's haunted. When you go there and you're going through the city, it just feels creepy.
They probably walk down the lane every day at Cole's house. He's right up the road from the cemetery.
Yeah, maybe.
I'll Google it. I want to see how many people died
in the vicinity of our town.
And you guys ever deal with sleep paralysis before?
No.
Yeah.
I never have.
Yes.
But I've heard stories from my friends of
Yeah, I have a little story. When I first moved into my apartment, I was living by myself for a little bit, and I was sleeping. Never had sleep paralysis in my life, but I knew what it was. I know the story behind it. They say a demon sitting on your chest, and you can't wake up, but your mind wakes up, your body can't move, and you start seeing shadows, and your mind's playing tricks. And I was sleeping. I was taking a nap, maybe afternoon, and I kind of opened my eyes a little bit, and I couldn't sit up, and it was scaring me, and I was freaking out. I couldn't move my hands, my arms, nothing was moving, just my eyes were open.
You're stuck.
I was stuck, and I can hear outside my bedroom door to the apartment. I heard my mom yelling my name, very loud, very loud, like ear piercing loud, just screaming Cole over and over.
That sounds like Chase's story.
If you were a little kid, you're about to get spanked.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's if you could picture that, just think of that, and just yelling my name, and I couldn't yell what. I was trying to as hard as I can, and then it kind of all I woke up altogether, and I just screamed what at the top of my lungs, and I just opened my door and I went to the living room, and there's no one there. I live by myself. Door's locked. No one's in the apartment. I'm screaming, what? And that's when I called my mom, and I was like, hey, what are you doing? And she was like, oh, she lived an hour away. And that's when I just like hung up with her, and I just sat there like thinking what happened. And I was like, oh, well, I just had the paralysis, and I now have a story behind it.
Right.
So you didn't actually see anything; you just heard.
No,
I think
just heard. Yeah.
This would be more like a. I don't know if you chalk that up as paranormal, or maybe you do, but it's just kind of more like a. It's one of those weird things that happens, yeah.
Yeah, but they say with the paralysis that a demon sitting on your chest.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. I mean, I don't know.
And that's when I was sitting there living by myself, scared out of my mind, thinking, what just happened?
Right. I did look up the total casualties for Gettysburg, and it's around 50,000 casualties.
Yeah,
so
that's enough. That'll do it.
you know.
Well, yeah, all that in one spot. You know,
so
mass graves and everything buried there and whatnot.
So speaking of that, so I don't want to get too I'm not going to get into like any religious stuff, but so do you think ghosts are like spirits of dead people, or do you think it's like, or if it's spirits of people that have had trauma and they can't move on to the afterlife, or if it's like angels and demons kind of thing? I
agree with it's people that are stuck, you know what I mean, and haven't moved on to the afterlife yet, and they're stuck.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know, because like trying to keep like religion out of it, like my religious views of it, like I would think, like hearing like for example Cole's story of his friend's dad, like you can't like it's basically him then, but what I believe is in my belief that wouldn't actually be the case. It'd be something else, but I don't know what that would be. So
right, that's where I'm at too. Like I believe that all those ghost stories and things like things being moved in a house, I believe that's all demons. And I believe when you die, you either go to heaven or hell. You're not stuck anywhere, and demons are the ones playing tricks on people and coming up here. And
but like
they can't all be demons, because there are some ghosts that are like friendly, or they're just like that's just where they are.
That's what I was going to bring up. So like when I saw like my story earlier, when I saw all the ghosts, right, I struggled with that because I didn't know. Like I always thought. Like Cole was saying, you die, you go to heaven and hell. There's no hanging around. You know what I mean? But so I brought that up to a pastor before, and he had said, yeah, that's how it's like in their belief, a Christian belief. That's what it is. There you die, you go to, you're gone. He said, because he asked me, he's like, did you feel? What did you feel? I was like, I didn't feel anything. It didn't scare me. I didn't feel, like no presence of evil or anything. He goes, well, it's probably just an angel then. And he's like, if it felt evil, then yeah, you probably saw a demon. And I was like, so then that kind of, like, at the time, it kind of helps you because you're like, oh shit, I just got like a guardian angel chilling in the apartment with me or something. But
well, that's going back to Cole's story with his friend's dad. Like maybe that's why he's still around the house. Cole said he died of cancer or whatever. Maybe he's not ready to leave them yet. Maybe he's not ready. So
yeah, it could. Yeah, it definitely could be someone stuck there, or it could be demons playing tricks on the family, and it could be evil stuff going on that they don't know. That's why no one knows. But I'm curious. I don't know how. Like Billy, what do you think? Jake's here. I want to know if Jake thinks of anything.
Great talk.
No, I mean like as in like what I believe, or
what's your idea of ghosts? Like,
I mean, I believe. I mean, as my religious views, I mean, I do believe that there's heaven and hell. But like, as for like ghosts and whatnot, I truly believe that something is holding them back that doesn't let them pass on.
Right.
So you do think it's like lost souls of people or something like that?
Kind of, yeah.
Like that, yeah.
Or like if something like really horrific happens, like they're just stuck there because it was so bad. Like if someone was like murdered, the person that was murdered, they're stuck there because of what happened. It wasn't like a peaceful transition to the afterlife. Like their soul is just
like
stuck
a purgatory,
here.
Almost here. Like this is purgatory, basically, or something.
Right, kind of. I mean, that's how I kind of view it. But I just hope whenever I die, it's peaceful, so I'm not stuck here haunting the next person who owns this house.
Unless it's Cole, then I'll stick around on him.
Yeah, I might haunt Cole a little bit. I might just wear another red.
If Dylan dies or I die first, I'd want him here to hang out with me.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
ghosts.
there's just certain few people you want to stay around and bother, you know.
You know, I might put the Rams game on for you, Cole, if you will.
Yeah, appreciate it. Just don't leave the
If you
water
want
running or anything, because sometimes that happens. And like I
Okay.
pay the water bill. Don't
All right.
don't do that.
Yeah.
Every night at 4:30, he turns the water on in the kitchen.
And then the lights come on. I was like, Billy, I got bills to pay, brother. Like, stop.
And then in the middle of the night, you're just air fryers going. You like wake up, you
God,
open
yeah,
it,
well,
and
air
there's
fryer likes
dino
the air
chicken
fryer.
nuggets inside.
Bro, Dino Nuggies.
If I
Yeah,
got a
dino
ghost making
nuggies.
me dino nuggies, we're chilling. We're chilling.
He's all right by me.
Yeah, he's chilling
that's-
on the
that would be the
couch.
greatest ghost ever.
He's all right by
Jake,
me.
what do you feel like? What do you think?
I definitely agree with Dylan's buddy with what he said with like, because demons are, at least from my belief,
The
demons
pastor.
are, yeah, the pastor. At least from my belief, the demons are the fallen angels. So it could be an angel or it could be a demon or the spirit or something, and kind of like what with Billy said about like the people like being stuck there. I think it's like a spirit that's left there after the events have happened. It's not necessarily the person, but the spirit of, I don't know, the evil or whatever that happened there.
Yeah. I know they
Like the
say like
essence
how
of evil or
ghosts
something.
when ghosts like when they see them walking through walls and stuff, like those kind of hauntings, like it's just
Residual.
ghosts. They're just stuck doing the same routine.
Yeah.
And they say like the house was like remodeled in certain ways, so when ghosts walk through walls, there was actually like a doorway there at one point
Yeah.
or something.
Ah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
they're
those are
still
called
stuck in their time.
Right.
yeah. So yeah, that's they call it residual haunting. So it would be like he said, like it's been remodeled, but whenever they died, they're still going through their daily routine that they were doing, like just over and over and over again. They're like stuck, and then you have like the intelligent ones that kind of they say they like acts and reacts to you, which is strange, which could be demons, like
Like
just trying to mess with
poltergeist,
you.
that kind
Or
of that kind
yeah.
of stuff. Yeah.
Residual it always struck me more like just a traumatized person stuck because they're just stuck in that same daily routine of going through the door, like the same crap over and over again.
Are those the ones that don't react with you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just do the like you just see them walking through walls and they don't know you're there. But like the ones that like, hey, is there anybody here? And he's like, yeah, what's up, bitch? Yeah, those are the ones that we think are like demons or something.
Give me 3 knocks if you're in the room and a knock happens. That's when you know it's
Right.
like an intelligent kind of thing.
Right.
Some creepy stuff, man. Definitely creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got
sure.
some more creepy stuff here.
Okay, all right.
So did y'all know? And so this is Russia. So it's not like we can figure it out ourselves, unless we go to Russia.
I'm
But,
good.
So people in Russia say that there is a haunted radio station that exists, and it broadcasts a white noise, and occasionally will pick up other Russian transmissions. And the thing is, no one knows where this radio signal is coming from, but it's been a constant radio signal that's been going on since 1982.
And they don't
I
know
feel
where
like
it's
I've
coming
heard
from.
about that
And
before.
they don't know where it's coming from at all.
Yeah, so I feel like I've heard this before, but I
Huh.
don't remember for sure. But that's pretty creepy.
Yeah,
So
no,
the white
yeah, that's kind of cool.
So
No,
the
is
white
it-
noise thing, that's something they use. Like you
For
say, like
spirit box.
yeah, like spirit boxes. They
Uh-huh.
say it helps them communicate through it or whatever.
Yeah, the point of the spirit box is that it plays a white noise while skimming through multiple radio stations really fast.
And frequencies and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that way you could possibly get a word or even a full sentence.
Yeah, because they say
from a
like
ghost that's nearby.
either their voices or even like just getting pictures of them. Like they work on different levels of light, like the light spectrum or like fucking sound frequencies and whatever else. So it's
Yeah.
kind of interesting.
So
Alright,
could you
so here's-
imagine? Hold on,
Oh, yeah,
Chase.
go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Could you imagine going overseas, right, and going to like an old World War II battlefield?
Oh god.
and trying to do one of those? The
Dude.
amount of stuff you would probably pick up, or
Or
even
like-
taking photos at night, it would probably be insane. I wonder if it would be either just as haunted as Gettysburg here, or if not more, because obviously World War II or World
And
War
that
One was all taking place over there. Imagine how many
Yeah.
millions of people died over there.
I can't even think how cool that would be going to Gettysburg at night, like in the battlefield and running a
Mhm.
spirit box.
Imagine this going off of the nighttime and also going off of World War II. Imagine going to Auschwitz. at night.
Dude, that's what I was gonna say. Like
Yeah.
Auschwitz or something.
That
would-
that is a no for me. Like,
Because I was gonna bring that up earlier when we were talking about tuberculosis and stuff. So I was thinking like So like Auschwitz obviously is a place where a bunch of people were tortured and murdered and just horrible things happened to them, right? And I was thinking too, just like a mental hospital, because we know back in the day, that's why there aren't any, that they were tortured and they were already out of their mind. So if you go to like a mental hospital, there's a crazy ghost that was tortured, like hanging around. You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like that would be like just a crazy experience to have a.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't think they would even allow that just for the respect of the dead.
Wouldn't. Yeah.
Like I don't think
You can tour Auschwitz. I don't know if they'll let you go.
Right. You can tour, but I don't think they would let you like
At
try
night.
to do like that type of stuff at night or
That's because they're hiding stuff over there.
They know.
That's for a different episode. That's for a different.
What are
episode.
the Polish hiding? All right.
The other thing, could you imagine just like most people's houses in Berlin? You know, even people that moved there, because so many people died in Berlin alone.
And the bombings and stuff. Yeah.
Same goes for London. Whenever the Germans bombed London in World War II,
or Japan with the fires and the
Hiroshima.
I mean, I'm about to say. Remember, there are places in Hiroshima and Nagasaki where they have like the nuclear like shadows of
that are still there. Yeah.
Yeah, they're still there.
Oh, imagine seeing that like moving and stuff when you're sitting there. Oh, man.
Oh gosh,
Kind of creepy stuff.
yeah.
That's a trip.
Oh.
So my next fun fact. So,
fun fact, is that what we're calling them?
They're fun.
Is that what we're
This is
calling
a fun fact. This is a fun fact, I'd say. So
All right.
So do y'all know why bonfires are called bonfires?
Only you can prevent them.
That's
Keep the pile
fires.
small, not tall.
So bonfires are called bonfires because they originally had bones in them and were called bone fires.
Ooh.
But then over time they've removed the bones and hence just took the E off of the spelling and called it bonfire.
We started using sticks instead of bones. Okay.
Exactly, yes.
Is that like to burn bodies, or they would just use bones as like?
I would imagine to be
fire
because
starter?
they would burn bodies in like big fires. So
Yeah, but
of course,
bones don't
left
burn.
over.
Right,
But
but if you're
there would
burning,
be
but if you're burning bodies, what's left is burning
bones.
bones.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think bones. Like fire's not hot enough to melt a bone. Like you have to.
It's not, but like what I'm saying is like
They would
if
make a
you're-
fire. To
Yeah, you
burn
would make
the
a
body.
fire. you
Yeah,
burn
the body. Yeah. That's
and the bones are left.
nothing's.
You'd probably take the
And
bones
of course, you
use
need
them
a
as
big
catacombs.
fire to burn bodies. So, yeah, and it was so they were called bone fires.
Well, that's like a huge thing throughout history. Is like burning dead bodies and stuff. Is like a.
They could. That was,
like a.
Yeah, if they were had sickness to them or something, you'd burn them and.
Well, not even that. Just like as a, like it's like a respect thing. Like Darth Vader over here, he they burned him. So
Yeah, you would know.
Well, I will tell you, if anybody out there lives in Belleville, Missouri, and you're over the age of 13, don't ask for candy because it's illegal.
Really?
Well, then how are they going to trick or treat?
Yeah. What they
well, you
Yeah,
got to be
so-
under 13. So
Yeah,
do that.
so if you're above 13, don't ask for candy.
too old.
Man, I'd like to live out there during Halloween. You don't have to give it out. You don't have to give it to any kids candy.
Well, you just
You be
give it-
checking IDs out there on the
Yeah.
porch.
Yeah,
Let me see it.
See a
See your
driver's
ID.
license, little
What
Chewbacca.
grade you in?
So speaking of going trick or treating, we're all aware of when you go up to someone's door. Typically, they'll have a few jack-o'-lanterns out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
I got mine out.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we got
So-
pumpkins this morning. Actually.
So, have y'all heard of the origin of the jack-o'-lantern at all?
So I know it used to be a turnip or something.
Okay, not that kind of yes, it used to be turnips that they would carve, but not
And did
not
a
that
turnip-
origin.
A carved
Okay.
turnip is way creepier than a freaking pumpkin. Let me tell you.
It could be, yeah. But so jack-o'-lanterns, the traditional pumpkin jack-o'-lanterns, it came from. So there's a story where an Irishman, he was named Jack, and
Jack the Ripper.
he made multiple deals with the devil, But Jack, of course, not wanting to serve his side of those deals, he tried to trick the devil several times to get out of those deals. But the devil, like he wasn't gonna get past the devil for this, so the devil put like a curse on him, where when he died, he couldn't enter heaven or hell, and he was forced to wander the earth forever. As we've all heard, the headless horseman, right? He has the
Oh,
pumpkin
correct,
head.
Sleepy
Headless
Hollow.
Horseman. Yeah.
That's
It
kind of
was a great movie, by the way.
Was that Johnny Depp?
Johnny Depp, absolutely. Yeah.
Johnny Depp.
Sleepy Hollow. That movie scared me as a kid.
Yeah, as a kid, exactly.
We have a right near me and Snoop. There's a little place called Sleepy Hollow. Every time I would pass it and see the sign, I'd get scared.
Yeah, it's right up the road.
You guys got some scary movies you like?
So we will get to those. We will get to those later on, real quick. I got one more thing, and then we got a couple of games set up.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
All right. So this is more of a. It's not like a fun fact. It's more of a creepy fact. Just don't look too much into this one. My friend told me this. So if you're to hang yourself on Halloween night, people will think you're just a decoration until people start taking their decorations down.
True.
Now,
Yeah.
Well, wasn't there a guy just here recently that had like a body hanging from his like roof, and it had like a bunch of blood on it, and they thought it was an actual body, and they like called cops and stuff?
I haven't heard of it, but I could see why.
Welcome to Halloween every year.
Yeah, Halloween.
Right.
Yeah.
But I guess it was like really like well done, and they thought it was like he had hung himself or something.
Yeah.
He's just an
All right,
artist.
so we have a new game for the podcast, but y'all have played this game before.
Okay.
So it's
Halloween edition.
It's new to the podcast because we haven't played it on the podcast.
Oh, okay.
do it.
I'm like, what? I was like, how is it new? But
Yeah, y'all played it before, but the podcast, our viewers never seen this game before. You're ranking these candies
All right.
blindly. 5 candies. You don't know what comes next, but you gotta rank them as I say them.
I got it.
Oh Lord.
Got it.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
No,
So we're doing 3 games of 5 candies. So,
I'm gonna hurt you with these candies if you give me some BS candies to list.
All right. So for this first one, give me 1 second. All right, for this first one, we got candy corn.
Dead last.
Fine. Last.
You can put that 10th, bro.
We're all in agreement that candy corn is not even candy, so let's put that at 5.
So everyone's putting it at 5.
Absolutely.
Okay. Next up, Reese's Pieces.
Oh, bro.
Pieces of
Reese's Pieces.
For my personal list, that's going 4.
4. Wow.
Is it just standard Reese's cups or Reese's Pieces? Like,
No,
like
Reese's
the,
Pieces.
You better
Like
not give me
Reese's
some,
or-
enjoy. Yeah, ATM. I think ET enjoyed them.
you better not give me some 3 bullshit ass candies after this. I mean, I would probably put it like 3.
Okay.
I mean,
4.
Because I'm saving myself just in case I got,
That's right, Jake. We know what's
my
going
other
on here.
2.
yeah, I'm gonna put it 4 just because
Okay.
I don't know what's next.
Snoop, what about you?
Reese's Pieces?
Yeah.
Probably 5.
5. Wait,
Yeah.
where'd you put candy corn?
The same as everybody else. Like it's not even a candy. It shouldn't even be on the list.
Well, if you're putting Reese's
Well, but you got to
Pieces
put it
at 5,
somewhere on your
Right, so
list.
it,
Yeah.
okay, so
Alright, then-
candy corn's last for him.
Yeah, basically.
4 and
candy
5.
corn's- So
And
and then what? Reese's Pieces at 4.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
candy corn 5, Reese's Pieces 4.
All right. So the next candy, Sour Patch Kids.
Ooh, I do love Sour Patch Kids.
I feel like you're gonna screw me somewhere down here, but I'm gonna put it
Right.
at 2.
I'm
Right.
thinking 2 as well.
Yeah,
I want to leave
2.
one open just for that.
You gotta
banger
leave
to
one
come.
open, and Chase, if it's an almond joy, we're gonna fight after the podcast.
Well, we got
Okay,
2
okay.
candies left. I've said 3 so far.
Okay,
Oh, we got
just want
This.
to point out, I am that guy that actually enjoys almond
And
joy.
Billy, this will be your last podcast.
Billy, you remember the
Well,
last couple? You've had a couple strikes, and like we're.
I mean, this will come out around Halloween and my birthday, so I guess it's a good send off.
Happy birthday, Billy.
Thank you.
yeah, if you're seeing this. It's
But yeah,
Billy's birthday.
I would agree with 2 on that. Just don't screw me on the last 2.
Yeah, so I think we're all 2.
Okay. All right. The next candy I got is Snickers.
Ooh.
Number
I'm
Really?
taking my
Not my
chances. I'm
favorite.
living on the edge. I'm going 3. I'm leaving 1 open.
I'm right there with you, buddy.
I gotta go with number 1. That's the
Wow.
best of all of them.
Yep. I'm going with number 1 because I feel like you're gonna screw me with this.
It's not my favorite candy bar, that's for sure. But it is better than fucking candy corn. So
Yeah,
Okay.
we're all
What
gamblers,
is
so I'm
it,
taking it
you know?
3.
Candy corn
Only
gets
3?
mad disrespect.
All right, so hold on. Who has their 1 left and who has their 3 left? Because I'm pretty sure. Like,
Me, Dylan, and Cole all have our 1 left. Billy
Yeah.
has his 3 left.
I have my
2
4 left.
4
He's
left.
gonna-
Sorry.
Oh,
He's gonna
4,
say
okay.
booger flavored ice
Come
cream
on, big,
nuggets or
big
something.
money. Big money.
All
big
right,
money,
so
big
this
money. Come
this
on.
last one right here, Kit Kat.
Praying for the
Oh,
Kit
perfect.
Kat.
That's
Yep.
perfect.
You son
take
of a bitch.
We
I can
take
take that
that.
as 1. Yeah.
Let's go Kit
That's
Kat.
the perfect
everyone.
list. I think that's the
got that
perfect list.
We done it.
I don't
did,
know
boys.
about perfect, but perfect for the scenario.
Chase,
scenario,
I am
yeah.
smacking you, bro. That's my favorite candy.
You're smacking me.
I am smacking you.
You drafted it, Billy.
I did, but I didn't.
Hey,
know
I
what was
didn't bullshit
next.
those last 3 candies. I didn't.
I know. I know.
He actually led off with like the worst one. He
I
normally
know,
does that
and that-
last. Like
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
enjoy
y'all
that.
ready for round-
all right, listen to this. Imagine we rank these, and he gave us Kit Kat first, and then he hits us with candy corn at number 1. Oh boy, we'd have been fighting.
Exactly.
Oh, Chase, man, that was a great game. I had fun.
Yeah. Definitely good candies on the list there. Definitely some good ones.
Okay.
Oh my
So I want
God.
so now next up, I want y'all to guess the top 10 Halloween movies of all time according to IMDb.
Of all time.
Of all time.
All right,
according
let's go.
to-
Let's go again in
Hold on.
order. Billy,
Hold
throw out a
on.
guess.
Hold on.
Throw
Is
out a
it-
random guess.
Not
Is
a
it based
random guess. You
on-
can't say like Toy Story. Like pick a horror movie that you think's top 10.
A Halloween movie. Halloween movie.
Okay.
Top 10 Halloween movies.
Are we gonna do like
Toy-
numbers or just like a series?
You can just say one and I'll say where they are in the top 10.
Listen, Toy Story is a
Oh,
horror
no.
movie.
Oh, that's not what
No,
you did.
It
no,
kind of
just-
is. It kind of is.
No,
Uh,
is this ranked off of earnings or just what people think?
IMBD, I think he said.
It's by
Yes.
IMDb, so I don't know
That's
how
what I
they
was gonna
rank their
ask.
movies. It's just from their list.
All right, Halloween movies. Halloween.
Halloween's
Bruh,
number
how you
2.
gonna how you gonna ask me to go first?
You were stalling and not answering.
Oh my god! Well, I was gonna say Halloween, but Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th is not in the top 10.
What?
Oof.
It's not a
Bro.
Halloween movie, it's a horror
Hello?
movie.
But
Trick or treat.
Hello?
I guess. I don't know. Trick or Treat's
But-
number 4.
Charlie Brown, freaking
Not in the
Halloween.
top 10.
oh my god!
Oh, all right. So y'all are thinking horror movies. What about like
Yeah,
Hocus Pocus?
Halloween.
Hocus Pocus is number
That's
1.
a. Yeah.
Good
Fucking
guess.
white girls. I fucking knew it.
Halloween Town.
Halloween Town's number 5.
Those movies are so bad.
Put your mind in the mind of a white girl right now.
I can't. I can't do it.
Go ask your wife.
No. Well, maybe. Hold on. I'll be right back and see if I can get a movie. I'll be right back.
What about, did anybody say Nightmare Before Christmas?
That's number 3.
I'm fucking on
Yep.
fire over here.
So y'all have the top.
But even,
5 down.
did he say Charlie Brown? Because that's
He
like
said Charlie
the-
Brown is not top 10.
That's the Great Pumpkin. I mean, that's
Yeah.
It's
Good
goated.
All right. So what do we got so far? We got
So
Halloween.
y'all got Hocus Pocus at number 1, Halloween at number 2, Nightmare Before Christmas at number 3, Trick or Treat at number 4, Halloween Town at number 5.
Damn, we got top 5 right off the rip. All right.
Yep, off the rip. So y'all just need 6 through 10.
Okay. What about Nightmare on Elm Street?
Nope, not top 10.
ooh, that's a good guess.
Let's see. What else is Halloween?
Adam's Family.
Adam's Family's number 6.
Okay.
Okay, we're cooking.
What's that?
Oh, Beetlejuice has to be up there. That's a white girl
Beetlejuice is number
favorite.
8.
Yeah. Good guess, Cole. Jeez.
Yeah, yeah. I am not a white girl. I'm putting my mind into one.
That's what I said. I knew Hocus Pocus would be the number one fucking white chicks. I tell you. What else? What else is there?
Yeah, what other?
Anybody got
He
any
also
guesses?
needs number 7, 9, and 10.
What? I'm trying to think of like what's on during Halloween.
Okay. So Zaria was no help. Sorry.
And
Because she was gonna say Hocus Pocus or Halloween.
Of course, she's a white girl. It makes
I
sense.
know.
I have a guess. I'm gonna say, what is it? Charlie Brown and the Great Pumpkin.
Oh,
I said
Jake,
earlier.
welcome
Sam,
back.
He pulled the
No.
Jake. He pulled the Jake.
Jake.
He pulled the Jake.
Yeah, he
Oh,
pulled.
he
Jake.
pulled the Jake. Yeah, that was already said multiple times, and it's not in the top 10.
But it
Oh,
should be. It's
alright.
number
Still a
1 in
great
our
guess,
hearts.
Snoop.
Yeah,
It is a
yeah,
good
I got
Still a
it.
great
It
guess.
should be on the list. That's why we're
Should
all
be.
guessing it
It
multiple
should
times.
be number
Is it-
1.
Is it Trick or Treat?
Trick or Treat is already
Welcome
said.
back.
Oh.
Welcome back, Jake.
I was gone. No. I was gone. I was gone for like 3 minutes.
What's that? Casper. The
Oh,
Friendly
likely
Ghost.
so.
Casper's number 7.
Oh my god.
The Friendly Ghost.
The Friendly
So
Ghost.
y'all just need 9 and 10.
Hotel Transylvania.
Not on the top 10.
Welcome to.
That's
Rightfully so.
That was a good guess, I think.
Let's see. I'm going through like
That
okay, we
was
got
Zarya's
Hills Have
guess, by the way.
Eyes, Saw. We just watched Saw. Saw up there.
That's not top 10.
How about
That's
7?
It's
See, our
just
heads are
considered a
going-
gore horror movie.
Our
not
heads
a
are going
really-
horror movie. We got to get off that.
I know, but
Horror, Halloween.
I'm about to
you
say
know.
these last 2 movies here, I would not consider scary movies, but they're Halloween movies.
Oh, then there's no way.
it's a Halloween movie that's not scary that we haven't. Or is there
See,
not?
I mean,
That's
it's gonna
what
be
we're
scary
missing?
it's gonna be scary to children, but to us,
See,
it's not
see,
Well,
like
it-
that's why I thought like this list was scary movies, and
No,
none
he
of
said
these are
Halloween.
scary.
He said
Right, but
I
Halloween.
did
all
say
these horror
Halloween.
movies come out around Halloween, so I mean,
What about the It clown? That up there? No?
nope, not top 10.
I fucking love that movie too.
I've never watched it.
Okay, I have nothing. Chase, what do you got? What's on there?
Can we have? Give us a hint. Give us the
Uh,
plot.
The plot.
Number
Badly
9
explained.
is inanimate. It's a really big inanimate thing that's alive.
Ghostbusters.
No,
Ghostbusters 2.
no,
The Giant Peach.
no.
James and the Giant Peach.
Oh,
Godzilla.
no.
Is there a third Ghostbusters?
This is an animated one.
The Iron Giant.
No,
Oh, yes.
if I remember.
That I love that movie.
That's
I
a-
guess.
So it's a big
Wait, is it
inanimate
Scooby
object.
Doo? Is it Scooby Doo? The vampire
Scooby-Doo.
thing?
No,
Episode? Damn it.
I don't know.
A giant inanimate object.
it's this giant thing is typically inanimate, but in this movie it's alive.
Rubber.
No,
Blubber? You mean Flubber? Or no, the movie Rubber with the tire.
Yeah, no, the movie.
Or is it- we were talking about the Psycho tire. Yeah, no.
And it's not Godzilla. Huh?
Well, he's not inanimate. Though.
I
do
know.
y'all give up on this one?
No, I am
Yeah,
still
yeah.
thinking. Let my brain process.
You're about to have a seizure.
A seizure over there.
A major seizure.
All right, and then I'll give you a hint for number 10. When blank blank, go blank.
What?
Wow, when my gun goes
Well,
blank, blank.
That's a great hit. Thank you.
When blank blank, go blank.
When Halloween candy goes bad.
Candy corn.
Well, you give us an inanimate object for the other. Blanking and blanking blank isn't helping anything.
The blanks are words. When blank blank goes blank.
Right, no shit. But I mean, like, can you give like is that like is it like
I want
like,
the
where's
plot.
it based? Yeah, like
Well, I've never seen this movie, so I can't really give a plot about it.
oh, well, you should have started with that before I yelled at you.
It came out in 2001,
2001. Okay.
and from the looks of it, it's a live action movie.
The Haunted Mansion.
I've officially
No.
given up on this list. I can't guess anything right now.
Yeah.
Because if they're not scary movies, I mean like horror movies, I'm out of.
All right.
out.
Yeah, no, I have no idea. I'm
All right,
out.
so number 9 was Monster House.
Yep, never really.
Really?
Got that.
Yeah, never heard of it. Never even seen it.
That's
That's
the
a-
yeah. That's
no,
the
that's a good
animated
movie.
one.
That's a good movie though.
Yeah, and then number 10 is When Good Ghouls Go Bad.
Never
Yeah.
would have guessed that.
Yeah,
Never would have
no,
guessed that.
that's not happening.
Yeah.
Oh,
But what are y'all's favorite what y'all could
You
consider
wanna say it
Halloween
again?
movies?
Are you okay?
Your thing was cutting out bad, brother.
Oh, was
Chase,
it?
right?
Yeah, just reset.
What are y'all's favorite Halloween movies, or what y'all consider Halloween movies?
Halloween.
The
Which
Conjuring.
is on the list,
Always. That's probably the scariest set of movies that I remember watching.
Conjuring movies.
Yeah, they're always creepy.
Yeah, I mean, I just any of them. I like them all. I mean, I don't know. We always talked about like all the movies now like aren't really that scary to me, but like the ones that have like real life stuff kind of get to you. Like I always talk about Wrong Turn. Like I feel like I'm gonna go in the mountains one day and have blow a tire and get raped by a bunch of inbred people or something.
What?
And
Wrong
you never
turn.
seen Wrong Turn?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of West Virginia?
Yeah.
I have heard of West Virginia.
Mountain Mama.
Yeah, that's
Take me home.
that's definitely a scary.
To the
movie.
place.
Inbred Mountain Road. Or like The Hills Have Eyes, like people out in the desert.
So
you know.
Yeah, that was a screwed up movie.
Dude, that rape scene. Oof.
Yeah, in the trailer. Ooh, God.
Oof.
But that's like again, that's stuff that could really be out
That
there.
could really happen. Yeah, exactly.
Like no one's scared of Friday the 13th. I mean, yeah, there could be a murder out there, but like they're fun to watch, but they're not scary.
Yeah.
But the ones
One
that
can't be
scary,
killed. Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Any other movies that y'all really enjoy?
Oh, I could give you a lot that's not Halloween related.
Oh,
What? That's
what is this
Excuse
podcast?
me?
That kind of defeats the point.
I mean, he asked a general question.
Billy, I tell you.
Listen,
what's your
Hell
favorite
yeah.
scary movie, Billy?
scary movie.
Those are good movies. I mean, I like the
Funny.
scary movie series. Or...
My brain was loading for a second when you said scary movie because I was like, yes, scary movie. I was like, wait a second.
The one actually called
Yeah.
Scary
Talking about
Movie.
scary movies.
Yeah.
That's why they named them that way. Yeah.
I am gonna cap. That's probably one of my favorite movies ever. Whether if it's Halloween related or not, or just not even scary because it's just a comedy of making fun of all those
Scary,
movies.
yeah.
It's just hilarious. But I mean, I would say Friday the 13th, even though I don't consider it a Halloween movie, it's definitely a scary movie to me. Just back then as a kid, Jason used to scare the shit out of me. And then even like Halloween, Michael Myers tortured me as a kid. I used to run up my steps at my house at night thinking that fucker was chasing me, just
If I had
walking with a
steps
knife.
in my apartment right now, I would be doing the same thing to this day at 31 years old.
Yeah, it like
To
I
run up
just
steps.
I just look at the darkness. I'm like, this fucker's chasing me. Like he's walking somewhere
Mhm.
with the creepy mask and a knife.
Like, I don't know. Like, I like the It movies. I like...
Yeah.
The new one or the old one?
But either, I like both. I mean, I like them all.
Yeah.
But we just watched Saw 10 last night. I thought that was probably
That
one of
was
the
a
better
great
Saws.
movie.
It was a great, yeah. That's
Thanks
more
for the
like...
invite.
Gore, you were invited. Don't.
You were asleep.
I didn't get no text
I fell
message.
asleep
Oh,
at
here we go.
8:30.
Here we go.
And then I laid awake until
8:30.
1. Yeah.
I was past that. I was tired. Sorry.
Is Billy tired? Tired, Billy?
I was. I'm sorry.
Mhm. The Nun 2 sucked.
It did.
Was not
Someone's
very
rings are
good.
great. The Nuns. They couldn't do without them.
Yeah.
Annabelle Creation's scary as fuck. I'll
I ain't
stand
scared
up.
of no fucking doll, dude.
I will stand on a hill that movie was creepy.
I mean, Cole's afraid of Chucky, so.
I'm still afraid of Chucky. Yeah, so
Yeah, you
as a
will.
kid, I can see that. Yeah.
Kind of look like him.
Chucky. I'd be Chucky's
Look
little
like him.
ass.
Oh my god.
Really, yeah.
So yeah. Halloween.
So, yep. Anybody got any more things before we bring it over to J-Paw?
No, I think it's good. It's a great episode. I hope everybody enjoyed the ghost stories because I know I did. And
Well, we could all go on record that Kit Kat is the best Halloween candy / candy, and
Big facts.
well, I don't know if I'll rank it. It was definitely number one in that list. Like,
So before you do that, what's your favorite candy, Dylan?
I don't know. It just depends on my mood, I guess. Like I love Kit Kats. I love freaking Skittles. Like just Airheads. Like you know, some days I want chocolate, some days I don't. A special Halloween edition here of everybody's favorite segment coming up.
Don't break more than one law at a time. Tickets are better than jail.
And that was J-Paw's words of advice. Join us next week for everyone's favorite segment.
Very informative, J-Paw. Thank you.
Thank
It
you.
was the best
Definitely agree with
advice
that.
Ever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Legend.
Keep
Well-
it simple.
Yeah, for sure. That's something like my grandpa told me, you know?
Yes.
Well, I guess we're going to send it off here. I hope everybody enjoyed the Halloween edition of the Pizza and Wings podcast. We definitely did. I had a great time. I hope everybody likes, comments. Make sure you come to the YouTube. We're going to see that scary ghost picture. You know, you can, wherever you want to listen to us, it is available now. And if it's not, hell, send us a message and we'll freaking figure it out. If you need it on a, wherever you need it. If it's on like a Game Boy Color or something, we'll figure it out. So, thanks for listening. I hope y'all come back next week. I think we're probably gonna do some conspiracy talk, which will also kind of tie in, some spooky stuff there. So we'll see you then. Thanks for listening.
Pizza and wings.